So this story time is going to be about the time I worked at Walmart. And I'm going to tell you like a few good things, and then I'm just going to tell you like just the honest to God like truth. Um, when I first started working there, I applied to be a cashier, but they were hiring for maintenance workers, and it actually paid a few dollars more, I believe. This was back in, I believe, 2016 or 17, and I got hired as maintenance, working overnight. It worked for me because like I had one kid at the time, so I was like, yes, and now I get to help my mom with bills. My first day, it was great. I noticed that some people, you're supposed to take like a hour break. Some people would make it look like on the clock that they were taking a break, but they weren't. So basically, people were having two breaks. And I'm not complaining, and that's not my business. So I was like, okay, whatever. There would be times where I was actually going in to like do maintenance, clean the restrooms, vacuum clean, and whatever else. They would ask me to do other things as well, of course. So in the back of the store, they have all the TVs, and I'm 5'2". So they asked me to get on this ladder, this machine, and get this TV. And when I tried to get it, and I was tippy toeing, it dropped on my head and it fell on the floor. And this is when I met the supervisor on that shift. She was like in her late 30s, but she looked like she was about 60 years old in the face. And she comes out of the corner and starts yelling and saying, Wilson, you dropped it. And I'm thinking to myself, there are a lot of other people here that could have reached that and could have got that safely. And like, you should not have really been surprised. And it was actually an accident. And she was like, just get down, just go do something else. Go clean the restroom. That's actually what she said. And that's what I did. I was like, wow, she's rude. I'm just gonna like stay away from her. So after that, that day everything was fine. Like stayed away, and they had where you could go into a break room and eat, and it was like really small in there. So like majority of my breaks, I would go to like Whataburger because it was like right there, and I just sit in there like maybe get a Coke or just like walk around or do something, keep myself occupied. So after that, they would okay. I got off of work at like because I worked from 10 to 8. As soon as I got off, they called me around 12 and said, "Hey, can you come in at 6?" And that's another big thing. They don't care like you're a human. I think they forget that. They just look at you like a name tag and just like, oh, someone could come in because like someone quit. They have a high turnover rate. So more money for me, of course, I'm gonna come in. So I was tired too. Like that's another thing. Like they don't care if you're tired and stuff. They want you to be like at your best all the time. So I went in, and it went on like that for like a month or two, week on end. Like that's how it was. It just kept on like being like that, where they would call me in. Like even on my days off, it was like I'm supposed to be off, and then they call and then have you come in. And you could say kind of no, but if they need you to come in, they word it to where you basically pretty much have to come in. So I would come in on my off days, and I would just be really, really, really tired. There was one time where I had fell asleep, and it was really horrible because like after I finished cleaning, there was really nothing to do. And I was helping one of the cashiers take stuff back because like she was going to leave, and I'm like, well, like let me help you. And then that boss came over there and she was like, Wilson, you're not supposed to be doing that. That's no, that's so and so's job. And I'm like, yeah, I know, I don't mind, but this is teamwork. When you apply, it's teamwork. And she's like, no, well, you just need to go keep yourself occupied with something else. So I was getting to the point to where I was like, okay, this lady has a stink, and she was married. And I do remember there was one occasion where, like, you know, like the gossip at work and stuff, she was sleeping with one of the employees and whatnot. And then she ended up, I don't know the story behind that. She would mess around with him. Just, I do actually recall like a couple of incidences where they would be looking at each other kind of strange and stuff and flirting, little stuff like that. But again, it's none of my business, whatever. Um, so I would always try to stay away from her. 2 weeks later, there's 4 maintenance guys overnight, not just me. Like there was actually three other men that worked there, like doing maintenance and stuff. Now they have walkie talkies. I didn't. So they were like, aisle something, a jar of pickles broke, like go clean it. And they didn't say who. So then I went over there, and then there was a guy already cleaning it. So I was like, okay, well, let me finish vacuum cleaning the clothes area, the women's clothes. So the boss came up to me and said, you didn't hear the intercom, you didn't go over there? And I said, yes, I did, but somebody was already over there. She said, well, it took you long, so I'm just going to write you up. And I'm just like, you're going to write me? She was like, yeah, I'm going to write you up. And like her face looked like Cruella de Vil. She was like really happy. But I looked like, you know, it's life. It happens. Like maybe next time, like I could go to there faster and like I could have beat him there. So I tried to look at it like that, because if not, I would have been like so upset, and I would have got myself all worked up and stuff for something that I couldn't really change. And I wasn't trying to do that. So finished my day, whatever. And the people that I work with, they were speaking in different languages and stuff. That's all they really did. So I couldn't like talk to no one. Like the only people that I really talked to were the cashiers, because the maintenance men, they would always just translate in different languages and stuff. And like every time I would go over there and stuff, they would just be quiet and stuff. And they were like, why are you doing this? This job is for men and all this stuff. And I'm just like, well, I'm here and I could get the job done as well. It's not really, it's self-explanatory to clean a restroom. Like, and then there was this incident where I remember one day that they were being like really sneaky, like laughing with each other and looking at me strange. Like they were just giving me this strange look, and they were like something. So like 30 minutes later, they're like, there's a rat in the restroom, a dead rat, and its eyes were gushed out, like it was crazy. And they're like, you have to clean it. And they were laughing with each other and looking at each other. And it's like, I feel like they planned that. It was actually like really cruel. And I was like, I'm not cleaning that up. Like, dude, I'm not. Like, I'm scared that that thing might move again. And then like the supervisor, she came over there and she goes, you have to clean it. And it was like a game to her. Like, and I'm just like, no, I'm actually not going to clean that up. I said, I'm scared. I don't have proper stuff. And she goes, well, I could go get you the proper stuff to clean it. And I'm just like, no, I'm not going to do that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to actually call my mom and I'm just going to go home. So that's what I did. And actually, no, I think I called my dad. Yeah, I called my dad at that time and stuff. And I ended up going home. And then she was like, you can't leave. And I said, no, like, I have really bad anxiety and this is all just too much. Like, I feel like you don't like me and you're making me clean up this rat. And I'm really scared. And there's 3 other people here to do it. And it's never been an issue before for them to clean the women's restroom. But coincidentally, this was not here 30 minutes ago. And now there's a rat. And I see y'all laughing in a group. And I really think that's unprofessional. And she's like, okay, excuse me. Well, you can just go home, Wilson. And I said, okay, I will. That's what I'm doing. And she began to like walk in after me and stuff. And then like she was touching, I was like looking at her, and she tried to pick up my purse. And I said, don't touch my purse. Like, like I could get my own stuff. And I left and I went home. And then the next day, the one of the supervisors asked what happened. And I explained the situation and stuff. And they were like, yeah, like, it's just weird. I'm going to see what I could do about getting you, like, the cashier position. But try to work with us for now. And that's what I did. So, it went okay a while and stuff. There would be times where I would just see her, I just do everything that she told me to do, and just like basically from then on just ignored her. And then she had got to the point to where I was cleaning up, and she was like, Wilson, and I was like, yes. And um, she was like, oh, you don't really talk much and stuff. And I said, no, I'm just here to do my job. It's nothing personal. And she got really quiet, and I was just like, this is so awkward. Like, they would all just be having fun and stuff, and it's like, I really they just how they treated the items in the store, they'd be tossing it, throwing it and stuff, and I'm just thinking to myself, people have to buy this stuff. You could not like the place where you work, but you still have to respect that people put their time, money into products and stuff, and they were just like throwing stuff like in the back, just like people just hated being there, and like it was just horrible. And it's really because of how they treated their employees and stuff. Like, people would come to work tired, angry, mad at the world, or just got into a fight with their significant other, and then they're coming in there, and it's like we have to look at each other, and it's like, that's like, for me, that was the real sucky part, because I'm just like, like, I'm a parent too, like, I know how it is, but you leave that at home. This sucks. Like, and then it just became to the point to where it was unbearable going to work. So the biggest incident happened when I was vacuum cleaning up, and she was standing right behind me, like she bumped into my butt, and I'm like, yes. And she was like, did you not hear me? And I said, no, I didn't hear you, but you need to scoot out of my face. And she was taken back because she wasn't used to me talking to her that way. But my thing is, if you're coming close to me, I feel threatened, and you're not going to keep on talking to me like that. Remind you, this woman is like 6 foot, if she really was a woman, and just in my face. And I'm just like, whoa, like, that's not going to work and stuff. Like, you're unprofessional. And I just let her have it. And then she was like, and I said, and I'm leaving. And she was like, okay, well, I'm going to get someone to escort you out. And I was like, there was really no need to do all of that. It was just something like a big scene that was made unnecessarily. And me and the security guard, we were like friends and stuff, because like that was just one person I talked to. He's like, I understand and stuff. Like, I'm probably going to leave here soon too, like just free at this place or whatever. And that's what I did. It was a lesson for me. So I'm going to tell you, working for Walmart, like, if you need a paycheck, yes, it's good. It's possible that you can move up depending with management, but a lot of people there don't like their job. Them not liking their job, they take it out on the customers, they take it out on each other, and they have a high turnover rate. So say, for instance, you've been there such a long time and stuff like that, and you're doing really good. They're not going to give you a raise, like, unless, like, something, I'm like, they really don't like to hand out raises and whatnot. They'll give you hours and stuff if you want to work. They really will give you that. So that's something that's like great. They also tell you, like, just like when people come in, they tell you to basically stereotype them. Like, if you come in with a backpack, if you come in and you appear homeless, if you come in with your pants hanging low, that's what they told us in the interview, what to watch for. And also we had like mystery shoppers and stuff, and that's what they stereotyped. They also said that if you come in and the person has a lot of kids, look out for that type of stuff. And also in the jewelry department and stuff like that, they'll tell you look at people, like, because they'll go into the middle of the aisles and like try to steal and stuff. And I just didn't like how that was, because they would really like just stereotype people. Like, if you came in there not dressed well, say for instance you just got off of work and stuff, like they're gonna assume that you're like stealing, because they were just basically trying to describe everything to us, like like typical stereotypes of people to watch in the store. So that wasn't cool. And they're not the ones that's going to have to be like leaving work at nighttime and stuff, and somebody might follow you out and harm you. They don't look at situations like that as well. They really just don't care. All they care about is the merchandise, make sure it's not stolen. They don't care about your health. They don't care about like your well-being. Like, I had this guy, he was at Walmart, and he was like, yeah, I always see you get off at 8 o'clock. And I was like, oh, no, no, no. I'm really young. And he was like, it's okay. Like, I'm cool with that. And I had no assistance with that and stuff. It was just like one of those things I kept to myself. And like, it got to the point to where he would be looking at me when I went on break. So I stopped going to Whataburger, walking over there. So I would say, like, if you need a job, especially for the holidays, go there and work, but don't look at it like something long term, because like just working there, it's just awful. I've actually seen and witnessed myself some of the managers. They would be hollering at some of the staff in front of people, and that's like really, really, really unprofessional. Like, but that's just my experience working at Walmart.